Hey, what's up, everyone, and what are we betting today? So, as is obvious, I will not be the guy who wins $1 million in the WPT LAPC. The LA Poker Classic is still going on over at the Commerce. It is day 4 right now, and unfortunately, I am back in Las Vegas, having gotten knocked out on day 1. It was late in day 1, level 7. I played a big pot against Amnon Philippe, who's kind of like an old school East Coast reg. I'll break the hand down in my vlog, but essentially I called a 3-bet pre-flop with King Queen and hit top pair that ended up making a full house and lost to pocket aces, so spoiler alert on that one. Unfortunately, this trip was not much of a success in the way that, as far as poker goes. I bubbled the 1K, exact bubbled the 1K, got deep in the satellite and got knocked out of that, lost in the 10K, lost in cash. So yeah, not a very successful trip over to the Commerce, despite my best efforts. And I didn't play the 2K or the 5K, so on the plus side, I didn't lose any money there. There's always that. But there's still so much poker coming up, and look, with a small sample size, like 3 tournaments and 3 cash sessions or something, it's not a huge deal. And I ran pretty bad in a couple of spots, which I know is what everyone says after they lose, but this week, I'm really looking forward to all the online poker coming up on WorldSeries.com. They're doing like a World Series circuit. I wish that I was going over to the Sacramento area for the Thunder Valley WPT 5K they're having there, but that goes through March 8th to 12th, and we have got some filming coming up for WPT final tables here in Las Vegas at the Luxor. They've got an esports arena there where the World Poker Tour films their final tables now, and myself, Vince, the entire staff will be there for 3 days in a row, I want to say, filming these final tables that have started to accumulate as the season goes on. So unfortunately, I will not get to go to Sacramento and play that 5K, but it's an awesome poker room they've built up there, and they really make an effort to do outreach to players and just kind of engage them very well. And I expect that event to do well. Live poker seems to be doing great across the United States and North America, including Canada, and this is just WPT numbers, but there are numbers in other live tournaments and other circuits that are doing well too. But like WPT Fallsview was up, 5 Diamond was up, let's see, the Borgata we just had was breaking records. This LAPC was up almost 100 entrants or something. Will I be playing in the WPT 500 at Aria this summer? Yes, absolutely. I'll probably play multiple bullets in that one, actually. I'm a big fan of that format because it has fairly quick levels on day 1 and gets down to a low percentage of the field. And then when you come back for day 2, they really extend the levels, and now you're like very deep in a tournament that was like $500 buy-in, but you're playing for $250,000 or $300,000 because the field was actually so big and whittled away on day 1. So that's a really cool format. I always fire every summer in that. Plus, I just love supporting the World Poker Tour events. It's particularly working for them. It just makes sense to be playing in those events whenever I can be, and I really do enjoy it still in this day and age, except on the days where poker just wants to make you pull your hair out. But no, even this whole stretch, which has been, I was looking at the math the other day, and if you add everything up, you just jumble up all the satellites that I played, online poker, live cash, live tournaments, I'm like, and mix in the Edelman bet, I'm like slightly up at gambling for the year. I know sometimes it looks like in the vlogs, like, oh, another score online, this and that, but when you start adding up all these buy-ins to these live tournaments, when it's like 1,600 here, multiple bullets, 1,700 and 800, 1K satellite, 1K reentry, stuff like that, that adds up very quickly relative to the buy-ins we're playing for online. So it is definitely difficult to keep your head above water in gambling unless you have kind of a big score at whatever the higher stakes that you're playing are. So I'm really hoping in this next month of live poker that we have left in Las Vegas that I'll get one of those scores that I'm looking for. Additionally, we still have a big series coming up in South Florida at the Seminole Hard Rock in April. So I guess what happens with kind of the focus of my gambling and this gambling vlog will be for the next couple of weeks. It's still going to be a lot of poker, but we're going to start shifting a little towards March Madness with that coming up, and that being such a huge gambling event and something that generates so much action and dialogue. We of course want to have content on that contest and building your brackets and any teams that we like as sort of like long shot spot future bets in the tournament. It's just fun to break those things down. And then we kind of spill over to April. I had my flight booked the other night to go to South Florida on April, 3rd or 5th or whatever the hell it was. In theory, I'm like meeting a woman down there before all the tournaments start up, and we're gonna have like a little vacay or something. But I don't know. She might just like not be real, or who knows. Either way, I'm gonna drop in there and play a bunch of poker tournaments. There is a main event that is 3,500 there, plus a whole bunch of prelims. The Win series probably got going on something like today at noon, but today there is actually really good. I'm not going to play at the Win today because there's really good tournaments online. There's like a 1K6 max for the World Series circuit online. Plus Tuesdays are such a good day online in general right now. There'll probably be like 3 tournaments to pay 5 figures to first, just chilling at home tonight. So I want to create an excuse to get out of the house like before I just hunker down here and go into the like online grind mode and get my charts up and, you know, don't leave the house for hours and hours and hours. So, but I will definitely be playing a whole bunch on the strip coming up this week. I had the list created. I want to say the first thing I'm going to go play is there's maybe like a 600 at the Win. There's a 1A, 1B, 1C this weekend that probably has like a 250K guarantee. I think the one last week paid out 60K to first or something. A buddy of mine, Matt Affleck, chopped one of those up for like 40 something K and was happy to see that. So yeah, today it's going to be all about online poker, and then I need to start sending footage over to my editor and thinking about how we're going to put it together for the vlog, though to be honest he gets most of the credit for that. He has done a really good job of kind of understanding what I'm looking for in the vlogs and then being able to take the footage that I give him and splice it together in a way that I have very few edits to offer after he does his work with it. So yeah, online tonight, live later this week, Florida in the future, WPT Venetian coming up really soon here in Las Vegas. So cool to have home field advantage for that. Don't have to stay in a hotel or anything or like really shift up my routine. Love that coming up. And a vlog will probably drop on maybe Wednesday, definitely Thursday by the latest. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow after a big session tonight. See ya.